Brian, we talked to Matt, and he was saying that a lot of his, I guess, issues right now are mental. How do you help a kicker through that? Is it more so him, or was it words of encouragement? Is it coaching? Like, how do you help a guy? He was saying like a lot of it has to do with just like trying to hit his target line.
Yeah, we just got to make sure we're detailed. Obviously, being a specialist kicker, punter, long snapper is a very mental position. So we got to make sure we're mastering our mental routine, make sure we stay as consistent as possible, both physically and mentally as he takes the field, so he can find his target line, play, a couple positive things through his head to work that mental game and make sure he stays true to his technique and target line. We know that he's capable of doing it. He's done a really nice job in practice. He did a really nice job in pregame. We got to do it when it matters the most, and we got to convert scoring opportunities because we know there's a lot of close games.
Joel.
Anthony Gould was down for this last game. What went into that decision? And, how do you think he's done so far this season?
It's a coaching and personnel decision. It wasn't based on any one thing. From special teams wise, it goes into the fact of, offense and offensive depth chart, as well as, what's the offense and special teams need. And that's kind of just a coaching and personnel decision.
How do you feel like how do you feel like he's done so far as a return man?
I really like the consistency he has with ball security and decision-making overall. From a big picture standpoint, as a punt return team, we would like to be more aggressive. I think there's more opportunities to generate more punt return yards. There's an opportunity this past game, although we only had the punt return team out there 2 times. There's opportunity to get more punt return yards this past game. We needed to make one guy miss. That's also a guy that we missed and hold up within the interior that we got to do a better job to make sure we can get things started. But through the first 4 games, there's been more opportunities to get more return yards, and we need to be more aggressive to get those.
Nate.
Yeah, you mentioned that Anthony being down was just kind of a personnel game planning decision. So is that punt return role, would you say that's sort of fluid? Is that like a competition? Are you looking at some different guys there? Are you kind of comfortable with Josh Downs being that guy right now?
I think we're comfortable that we have 2 really good punt returners in Anthony Gould and in Josh Downs.
And then last question from Joel.
4 games into the dynamic kickoff, what's your overarching takeaway on it? Seems like a lot of touchbacks so far.
Yeah, so True Media, just looking at numbers each week. So it's 29% returns right now. That's up, from the first 4 weeks last year. That is up. Obviously, that's not a significant increase. Certainly, it's going to be based on a variety of different factors by team, by game plan, who's the returner, what's the field position difference look like right now. You're looking at from an analytics standpoint, returns are on average are going to the 27-yard line as a whole. The average starting field position is the 29-yard line. So we're talking about a touchback versus a return being a 2 to 3 yard difference. Certainly there's plenty of examples of coverage working out really well and generating tackles inside the 25-yard line. And there have been a handful of big returns that have gone past 40 yards. So there's a little bit of both. And I think, teams are kind of weighing that cost benefit analysis, and some teams have a little bit different philosophy than others. But, the end result is fairly similar to what it was last year from a touchback percentage. Returns are slightly up. I have not seen the injury numbers. I believe injuries as a whole are down, which certainly is one of the things that they were looking at doing as well.